Dear second prep, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's Mr. Ahmed Mahmoud with you today to introduce a new mathematics lesson. Today, inshallah, we have Algebra, it's Unit 1, Lesson 9. In this lesson, we have operations on cube root. Okay, in this lesson, inshallah, we are going to learn how to simplify a cubic root and how to simplify expression format from many cubic roots. Let's start the lesson. First, we need to remember the perfect cubes. The perfect cubes, as we studied before, are the numbers, okay, raised to the power of 3. The answers of them are perfect cubes. For example, 1 power 3 equal 1, 2 power of 3 8, 3 power of 3 27, 4 power of 3 64, 5 power of 3 125, 6 power of 3 216, 7 power of 3 343, 8 power of 3 512, 9 power of 3 equals 729, 10 power of 3 equals 1000. We need these numbers to find the cubic root. For example, the cubic root of 125 is 5. The cubic root of 216 is 6, and so on. Okay, for example, if we have cubic root 125, we search about number. Okay, the number 125. 125 equals 5 power of 3. Then the cubic root of 125 is 5. But if we have number like 250, 250 is not a perfect cube. Okay, then we are going to change this number into product of perfect cube and another one. 250 equal 125 times 2. Then we are going to change this cubic root as cubic root 125 times cubic root 2. First, we are going to drop the value of cubic root 125, which is 5, and drop down cubic root 2. Then the answer will be 5 cubic root 2. Another example, cubic root 24. 24 is not a perfect cube, but 24 equals 8 times 3. Then this one will be cubic root 8 times cubic root 3. Cubic root 8 will be 2, and drop down cubic root 3 as we see here. It will be 2 cubic root 3. Another example, 5 cubic root 54. First, we are going to drop down 5, and 54 will be 27 times 2. Then it will be 5 here, and 54 will be cubic root 27 times cubic root 2. And then in the answer will be drop 5, and the answer of cubic root 27 equal 3 like this, and then drop down cubic root 2 here. But we have another step. We multiply 5 by 3, which is equal 15. Another example, if we have negative 3 cubic root 686. 686 equals 343 times 2. Then the first step, we are going to drop negative 3. And then we are going to change this one to be 343 times 2. Then drop negative 3 again. And the equal of 343 cubic root equals 7, and then drop down cubic root 2 here, but don't forget to multiply negative 3 times 7 equals negative 21 times cubic root 2. Actually, we have another way, okay, if we don't keep the perfect cube and the timetable. The other way, if we have cubic root 250, we are going to use the prime factorization. First, we need to remember the prime numbers that are 2, 3, 5, and 7. Okay, we are going to make a draft and then take 250 and make a prime factorization like this. 250 divisible by 2 equal 125 here. 125 is not divisible by 2 or 3, it's divisible by 5, equal 125. 25 is divisible by 5, equal 5. 5 divisible by 5 equal 1. Now in this case we have cubic root. Then we are going to select 3 like factors like this to be 1 5 out here in this position. Okay, and the separate 2 will be inside the root like this to be in this position. Okay, let's take another example. If we have 1029, okay, 1029 will take this one like this. Okay, it will be first, it not divisible by 2, but it divisible by 3, it equals 343. 343 not divisible by 2 or 3 or 5, it divisible by 7 equal 49 divided by 7 again equal 7 divided by 7 equal 1. By selecting 3 sevens to be 1 7 outside the root, okay, and 3 will be inside the root, okay, in this position. Let's solve problems on this lesson. In this example, find the result of each of the following in its simplest form. Number 1, we have cubic root 16 minus cubic root 2. Okay, first we will start with cubic root 16. I will solve it, okay, in the draft. Cubic root 16. Okay, I will make cubic root like this. Okay, and then I will factorize 16 here. It divided by 2 equal 8, divided by 2 4, divided by 2 2, divided by 2 equal 1. Okay, now I'm going to select 3 like factors. Okay, select 3 like factors to give me 2 outside, and this one will stay inside the cubic root. Then we have here 2 outside and 2 inside. Then the first one will be 2 cubic root 2 minus cubic root 2 is actually in the simplest form because 2 is a prime number. Then I will write cubic root 2 again, and then 2 minus 1 here equal 1. Then I'm going to write cubic root 2 in the simplest form. Okay, the next example. Here we have 125. 125 is a perfect cube. It will be 5, equal 5. Then I'm going to simplify cubic root 24 equal cubic root like this. And then I will factorize 24 here. Divided by 2, 12, divided by 2, 6, divided by 2, 3, divided by 3, 1. Okay, and then I will select 3 factors to be 2 outside, and cubic root 3 is still inside the cubic root. Okay, we have here 2 and here we have 3. Then it will be 5 minus 2 cubic root 3. But now we have 2 different terms. Then this is the simplest form. I can't simplify more than this. The next example. Here we have cubic root 54. 2 cubic root 54. I will start with it in the draft. 2 cubic root 54. Okay, I will start with 2 outside, and we have here the cubic root like this, and I'm going to factorize 54 divided by 2 equals 27, divided by 3 9, divided by 3 3, divided by 3 1. And then I'm collect 3 like factors to be 3 out, and 2 will be inside the cubic root. Okay, then here we have, of course, this 2 comes from here, and here we have 3 outside and 2 inside the root. It will be 2 times 3, 6 cubic root 2. Okay, the next one, here we have 5 cubic root 2 is the same because root 2 is in the simplest form. Okay, here we have cubic root 16 equal cubic root like this, and factorize 16, divide by 2 8, by 2 4, by 2 2, by 2 1, and select 3 like factors. Inside the cubic root, then 2 outside and 2 inside, it will be 2 cubic root 2. Okay, back to the expression. 2 cubic root 54 equals 6 cubic root 2 minus 5 cubic root 2 plus 16 equal 2 cubic root 2. Okay, here we have 3 like factors because all of them cubic root 2. Then I'm going to add the coefficients. 6 minus 5 plus 2, 6 minus 5, 1 plus 2 equals 3. It will be 3 cubic root 2. The next one, here we have cubic root 81 okay, cubic root like this, and 81 divided by 2, it doesn't go, it divisible by 3, 27, but divided 3, 9, divided 3, 3, divided 3, 1. Then I'm going to select 3 like factors to be 3 outside, and this one will be inside the root. Then finally we will have here 3 outside and 3 inside. Okay, cubic root 24, we factorized 24 before. Here it's 2 cubic root 24, it's 2 cubic root 3. Okay, then cubic root 24 equal 2 cubic root 3. Now we have here 3 cubic root 1 over 9. Okay, 3 cubic root 1 over 9. Okay, now I'm going to make 3 go inside the root. How? 3 equal cubic root 3 power of 3. Again, 3 equal cubic root 3 power 3 times cubic root 1 over 9. And then I'm going to multiply the two roots together like this. Cubic root 3 power of 3 times 1 over 9 equal 3. Then the final answer of this one is cubic root 3. Okay, now we have each one separately. Then cubic root 81 equal 3 cubic root 3. Negative will go outside. Negative times positive equal negative. Cubic root 24 equal 2 cubic root 3 minus cubic root 3. Now we have here 3 minus 2 minus 1. Again 3 minus 2 minus 1, because all of them are like, then it will be 0. And if the answer is 0, we don't write the roots, because 0 times any root equals 0 finally. Okay, here we have another example. Cubic root 108. Cubic root 108 equal cubic root like this, and I'm going to factorize 108. It divide by 2 equal 54, divided by 2 equal 27, divided by 3 9, divided by 3 3, divided by 3 1. Okay, then I'm going to select 3 like factors. It will be 3 outside, and now we have 2 like factors. Okay, then they will stay inside the root like this. Cubic root 2 and cubic root 2. Then outside we have 3, and inside we have cubic root 2 times cubic root 2 equal 4. Then finally it equals 3 cubic root 4. Okay, the next one we have negative 2 cubic root 4. This is the simplest form, because 4 equals 2 times 2. It's only have 2 like factors. Okay, now we have cubic root 1 over 2. Cubic root 1 over 2 we don't have number outside to enter this number inside the root. Okay, then we are going to do what? First, we are going to distribute the root like this. It will be cubic root 1 times cubic root 2. Okay, as I said before, if we have root in the denominator, then we need to cancel this root. Then we are going to multiply up and down. We are going to multiply up and down, but by 2 up and down. But here 2 is not enough to make this one a whole number. Then we are going to multiply this one another time, or we can make this one 2 power of 2, which is easier for you. You can do it. Okay, I'm going to add cubic root again here, and here cubic root 2. Now we have cubic root 2 repeated 3 times like this. Cubic root 2 times cubic root 2 times cubic root 2 equal 2. And here we have cubic root 1 times 2 times 2 equal 4. It will be cubic root 4. Finally, it equals cubic root 4 over 2. Okay, back to our expression. Cubic root 108 equal 3 cubic root 4 minus 2 cubic root 4 minus cubic root 4 over 2. Okay, when we use the calculator, we have here 3, here we have negative 2, here we have negative 1 over 2. Again, here we 3 minus 2 minus 1 over 2. 3 minus 2 equal 1. Minus 1 over 2 equal 1 over 2. Then finally, the result equal 1 over 2 cubic root 4. Don't forget, here we use this as negative 1 over 2. Okay, we wrote on the calculator 3 minus 2 minus 1 over 2. The next one, here we have cubic root 54. I explained cubic root 54 before. Okay, cubic root 54 equal 3 cubic root 2. and 8 cubic root negative 1 over 4. Okay, first the negative, we are going to send the negative outside. Okay, here. Now we have 8 cubic root 1 over 4. Okay, I don't need to make the whole 8 inside the root. Then I do what? I will change 8 into 4 times 2. Okay, cubic root 1 over 4. Okay, and then I will send the 2 inside the root. How come? It will be 4 times cubic root. This one will be 2 power 3 to make it inside a cubic root times cubic root 1 over 4. Okay, it equals 4 cubic root 2 power 3 times 1 over 4 equal 2. Again, 2 power 3 times 1 over 4 equal 2. Okay, this is the simplest form. Finally, 5 cubic root 16 equal root 16, as we explained before, equal to root 2. Then it will be 5 times 2 cubic root 2. 5 times 2 equals 10 cubic root 2. Okay, back to our expression. Here we have cubic root 54, which is 3 root 2. Negative will send outside negative times positive equal negative. Okay, 8 root quarter equal 4 root 2. 5 root 16 equals 10 root 2. Positive 10 cubic root 2 equal 3 minus 4 plus 10. Again, 3 minus 4 plus 10 equals 9 cubic root 2. Okay, the next one. We have another example here. Find the result in the following in the simplest form: cubic root 2 times cubic root 32. First, we are going to multiply the expression. The two roots inside, it will be cubic root 2 times 32 equals 64. 64 is a perfect cube, then it's a cubic root of 64 equal 4. I don't need to factorize. This is a perfect cube. Okay, the next one. First, we are going to multiply out times out and n times n. Half times 2 and 10 times 100 equal half times 6 equals 3 cubic root. 10 times 100 equal 1000. It's clear that cubic root 1000 is a perfect cube. It's equal 10. Then it will be 3 times 10. I don't need to factorize it. It's a perfect cube. Okay, 3 times 10 equals 30. The next one. Cubic root 72 over cubic root 9 equal cubic root 72 over 9 equals 8. 8 is a perfect cube. Its cubic root equal 2. The next example. Prove that cubic root 128 plus 16 plus 2 cubic root 54 equals 0. Okay. First, cubic root 128 equal, first I'm going to write cubic root like this, and 128 divide by 2 equal 64. Divide by 2, 32. Divide by 2 equals 16. Divide by 2, 8. Divide by 2, 4. Divide by 2, 2. Divide by 2, 1. And then I'm going to select 3 like factors. to be 2 outside, but I have another 3 like factors. It will be another 2. Okay, and finally we have 2 inside the cubic root. Then outside we have 2 times 2 equal 4. And we have 2 inside the root. Then the first one equal 4 cubic root 2. Okay, plus cubic root 16, as we explained before, equal to cubic root 2. Okay, negative 2 root 54. It equals negative 2 times root 54, as I explained before, equals 3 root 2. It equal negative 6 cubic root 2. Okay, then this is cubic root. Okay, okay, now I will write here negative 6 cubic root 2. It's equal 4 plus 2, 6. 6 minus 6 equal 0, and this is the proof that this expression equals 0. Another example, cubic root 54 times cubic root 16 divided by cubic root 4 times 6 equals 1. Okay, first I'm going to multiply the two roots together. Okay, it will be cubic root 54 times 16. By using the calculator, it will be like this: 54 times 16 equal 864, equals 800 and 64 divided by cubic root 4 times 6 equals 6. 6 cubic root 4. It equals cubic root 864 over 6 cubic root 4. Okay, first I will divide the two roots together. It will be like this: 864 divided by 4 equals 216. It's equal cubic root 216 over 6. Okay, now I need to simplify this one, but 216 is a perfect cube. I don't need to factorize this one. Cubic root 216 equals 6 over 6 equal 1, and this is the right side. Okay, and this is the end of the lesson. I hope it was helpful for you. See you in the next lesson, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Mr. Ahmed Mahmoud was with you.